Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bettina and I'm a makeup enthusiast. In today's video, I'm going to be doing my first update on my Pan Those Eyeshadows project for 2022. Unfortunately, we do not have any rollouts just yet, but I think that there might be one next month. And I am making overall, across all of my shadows, I feel like I'm making really good progress. There's not really any shadow that I have neglected entirely. They're all sitting at pretty much the same level of usage, which I'm very proud of. But before we get into the update, if you are new around here, I hope you'll consider subscribing down below if you want to keep up to date on this project and all my other project pans that I'm doing throughout the year. And with that all being said, let's jump on into the update. I'm currently working on 7 shadows because I can't count. So we're working on 7. Once I use up one of these, I'm going to drop it down to 6, just so there's just one less palette in my daily makeup drawer. It's getting a little bit congested in there at the moment, and it's a bit of a mess when it comes to all of the palettes and blushes, bronzers, and all of that that's in there at the moment. So one less palette in there would be very nice. And then it's also I feel like if I'm just working on one less shadow, it might make it a little bit easier to hit pan as well. These are my 7 shadows that I'm currently working on. Let's start at the top of the list, work our way through, and show you how I'm going on my palettes. So the first one is my ColourPop My Little Pony palette. This is a little collaboration between the two. And I got this color in the corner here. I'm not quite sure whether it's butterscotch or whether it's bluebell. I don't know. I think it might possibly be butterscotch, but who knows? Who knows? I'm not sure whether the ColourPop is the same spot on the back as it is in the pan or whether it's opposite. I can never tell. But I have used this one 8 times and there is a little bit of a dip going in this one. I'm not quite sure how long exactly this one will take to hit pan. You can see that little dip going in the center there. I'm not quite sure how long this will take to hit pan. I've used this mainly as an inner corner or a little bit of a topper to add a little bit more of a shimmer to certain shadows. I haven't really used it as the main star of the show. It's just not really it's not that exciting, really. When push comes to shove, it's really not that exciting. Out of all of the shadows in this palette, in terms of the shimmers, it's probably the most boring, but we'll get there eventually. I have no idea how deep these little pans from ColourPop are. Hopefully we might be getting really close to the pan if I'm able to get up to maybe double the usages, so maybe between 16 to 20 uses. I might hopefully be getting really close to the pan on that one. The next one is my Marc Jacobs Cherryrific palette, and in this one I got the color Ask For, which is the one that is bang on dead in the middle there. And again, you can see a bit of a dip going in the center there. I've used this one 7 times and I'm starting to think that maybe I might try and pan the entirety of this palette next year, just because it has this closure packaging, but I don't know whether you can tell, but it has broken. It's lost the little clasp clip closure. So it's really annoying to store now, because I normally would store it standing up, but because of the little lack of the clasp, it opens itself all the time, which is annoying. So I am considering possibly trying to pan, or maybe rotating this in a few more times later on in the year in this project to try and hit pan on more shadows in this palette. But we'll definitely see, but that's what I'm feeling right now, just so I can get it out of my collection, because the packaging has shot itself, which is really, really annoying. But anyway, so that one is at 7 uses. Again, hopefully when I'm getting past that 10 uses, mid-teens, closer to 20 uses, we might get more of an idea of how much longer it's going to take us to hit pan. Next, I have my two melt shadows. So these both come from a different melt stack. So I have the color Fixated from the Love 6 stack, and this is a matte. I've used this one 6 times. So you can see a little bit of like wear on the pan. I think this one's going to take me forever to hit pan on. I am wearing this on my eyes today, like blended around the outer edges and whatnot. But yeah, I think this one's going to take me a very long time to hit pan on. Just because the formula is quite stiff. And unfortunately, just from the 6 uses that I've already done, I feel like I haven't made any progress at all, which is really annoying. It is only like slight wear there, and I don't know. I think this one's going to be a long-term one in terms of how long it's going to take me to hit pan. And then I have my Melt Shimmer, which is the color Industrial from the Gunmetal stack. It's like this grey gunmetal type shimmer color. So you can see a dip in there as well going on. I've used this one 5 times. So at the start of the month, I was getting good use out of this one, but as it's gotten towards the end of the month, I've tapered off usage a little bit. It's just a little bit more of a difficult color for me to work with and for me to incorporate into eyeshadow looks. Like I don't often go for these like really dark shimmers. So the fact that I've had so many deep matte colors and the fact that I've had so many deep colors rotated in right from the get-go in this project has been very challenging for me. It's been a welcomed, enjoyable challenge, but sometimes I just want something either purple or something neutral, like just something easy to work with as opposed to these darker colors. 5 uses on the shimmer. Again, I don't know how long it'll take. I'm not quite sure how deep those melt pans are. Moving on to my Fenty Beauty. This is the Snapshot Shadow 6-pan eyeshadow palette in the color Wine. I have some feels about this palette and they're not good. Especially the shadow that I rolled in. So I ended up rolling in the color Pinot Please, which is the dark purple one in the middle here. This is not a great shadow at all. I have been using it a fair bit. I've used it 9 times. You can barely even tell I've used it that many times, but this goes so patchy on my eyes. It's ridiculous. Even like just applying it, it's difficult to get like an even finish. And when I wear it throughout the day, I can see, and this does not happen often with me, I can see it like getting patchy and wearing away throughout the day. And that does not normally happen with me with eyeshadows. Normally, I find that I can apply it in the morning and it's still fine by the time I get home. But this shadow in particular, I have very much noticed that it gets patchy. It even almost, I don't know, it starts off being like a nice purple, and then by the end of the day, it can look a little bit bruisey. And I think that is contributed to the fact that I have it like wearing off a little bit throughout the day. I really hope that I can hit pan on this one very quickly because I'm not really enjoying it. I think maybe I need to try it with a glitter glue or something like that just to make sure it like sticks and stays there. At the moment, I'm just using it with my KVD Shake Primer, which normally is a really good eyeshadow primer. But for this shadow, whew, it struggles. So maybe I might at least need to use my glitter glue and see how it goes with that. Then we have my Makeup Geek single shadow, and I'm currently storing it in my Menagerie Cosmetics palette. This is the color Chickadee. This is how we are sitting on this one. I will do close-ups, like close-up photos, but this is how we're sitting on this one. This shadow is sitting at 13 uses, and I feel like we're getting very close to the pan. I reckon that maybe I might be able to have pan on this one by the next update. If I'm going to have pan on something by the next update, it's probably going to be this one because I don't feel like I am close on any of those ones that I just showed you, but I do feel like this one is getting a really good dip and like it might be a possibility that I could have it finished or used up, that I could have pan on it by the next update. So we will definitely see. I'm crossing my fingers and toes. I'm putting my good intentions out into the world. I do feel like with this lot of shadows, because I'm using them so evenly between all of them, that it's gonna get to the point where I have like 4 shadow pans in like 1 month. Hopefully. Hopefully. I hope that's sooner rather than later, because if it keeps going like this, I'm gonna struggle to get to my 24 pans by the end of the year. And the last one that I need to update you on is one that I am also wearing today. I'm wearing it on my outer corner. It is my shadow from my Snow Angels palette, and this is the color, I believe it's called Thin Ice. Who knows? But it is the matte blue on the end here, and I don't think you're going to be able to see. There is a bit of a dip going in there. I, in the past, haven't found Dose of Colors formula all that difficult to pan on. I have pan in my Marvelous Mauves palette. I have pan in 3 of the shades in that palette, but given that this is a much darker, richer, more highly pigmented shadow, I think that it will take me a little bit longer than it did on the Dose of Colors palette. There is a bit of a dip going. I hope the pans are shallow, because as I said, I am getting a little bit sick of the really dark blue looks. You guys seem to be really enjoying them, because I think like nearly every dark blue eyeshadow look that I've done recently, you guys have really enjoyed. But you know, there's only so many times you can wear blue in 1 month, and it's been a lot lately. I've used this Dose of Colors one 4 times, so I definitely need to up the usage on that one before there's any chance I'm gonna get pan on that one again. I definitely think that the Makeup Geek Chickadee might be a chance of being panned next month. When it comes to the other shadows, I think the way that it's going to go in terms of which ones I'm going to hit pan on in which order with this lot, I think the first one's going to be Chickadee, and then I think it's going to be the My Little Pony palette, then the Marc Jacobs palette, followed by probably the Fenty. Lastly will be these 3 because they are pigmented and they are difficult and they don't require a lot to create an eye look. So these are going to be following along at the rear for a while. So that is my update on my pan those eyeshadows. Let me know down in the comments box how you went on all of your eyeshadows that you are currently working on, if you are doing a pan those eyeshadows, or if you're just simply focusing on some palettes at home. I would love to know how you're going on that. While you're down there, if you did enjoy this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Also, if you are new around here and you want to keep up to date on all my project panning content and my other beauty content, I hope you'll consider subscribing down below. That's it for this video, beautiful. I hope that you're having an absolutely fantastic day. I hope that you are staying safe and healthy and looking after yourself, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, beautiful.